So, what will you do in 2021? In this video, I want to share with you what I did at the end of 2020 that worked really great to deal with or be successful during this uncertainty that we live in right now. I plan on continuing to do exactly the same into 2021. Really, the line between two consecutive years is arbitrary. One year ends at December 31st, while the other starts on January 1st, but not everything changes. We like to think that it does. The COVID-19 pandemic didn't end, not yet anyway. Hopefully it will get better in 2021, but nothing will happen to it at midnight on December 31st. 2020 was definitely a different year, which is probably the understatement of the century. But the biggest issue with 2021 is going to be uncertainty. We're not sure if 2020 represented the new normal or if things will return to the old normal, or maybe there's going to be a different normal somewhere in between. So, how do you deal with uncertainty? Here is what I did. A few months ago, I was struggling to finish 3 major projects. Finish the second edition of the Book of Trust, finish my new intro video, and finish my first Trusted at Work online course. I was jumping between them, and I kept on second guessing myself which one was more important, and I ended up not completing any of them. So, in September, I sat down and thought strategically and long term. Were those 3 projects important considering where we were in late 2020 and where we could be in 2021? Yes, they were. What needed to be done for each one of them? I broke them down to small, digestible activities that took between 1 and 4 hours each. Nothing longer than 4 hours and nothing shorter than 1 hour. Now, most of those activities were activities that I did many times on different projects, so my estimates were pretty good. But when I was not sure how long would something take, I erred on the side of estimating longer than I thought. Then I put them on the calendar. For me, at least, if something is not on the calendar, it doesn't get done. Once I did that, I realized that I would be done with all those 3 projects by the end of October. And I did. The second edition of the Book of Trust came out on September 10th. The new intro video that I premiered on my YouTube channel on September 26th. And the online course, Trusted at Work, became available on October 26th. And the first students signed up on November 2nd. By now, I made 9 courses available in that series. I can tell you one thing. It is great to be accomplishing what you plan to accomplish, much more than the alternative. But I learned something from this experience, and this is what I want to continue and do for the rest of 2020 and will continue to do into 2021 throughout this uncertainty that still exists. First, I made a list of all the major projects that I have in front of me. Second, I break them down into activities that are 1 to 4 hours long. I make sure that I'm not forgetting anything, and I err on the side of estimating more time rather than less time. Third, I assign importance to each one of the projects, considering what I know now, because what I know now may change tomorrow. The importance is based on commitments I made, mainly to customers, on the financial impact that they have, and on how core they are to my business. Fourth, I decided that I will dedicate 4 hours every day for major projects, so I will have enough time for minor projects and day-to-day activities, not to mention all the surprises that I didn't expect. Now I put all the activities on the calendar that way. No more than 4 hours a day for major projects. Fifth, I commit to the schedule. Now, here are a few deep insights that I learned. If I estimate that it will take 40 hours and it takes 50 hours, it will not get done on time. If I assume that I have 6 hours a day to spend on the project and I only have 4 hours, it doesn't get done on time. And if I don't do what's on the calendar and do other things instead, it doesn't get done on time. You get the point. Unless something comes up that changes my basic assumptions about what's important and what's not, I focus on completing my projects on time. Yes, I do keep an eye open to see if any of those assumptions have changed in a way that will impact my business priorities, but I don't obsess over predicting the future and achieving my strategic or financial goals. I stick to executing the assignments that I've put on my calendar, and I complete them. And if I made the right decisions of what's important, the results will happen. I hope this was helpful to you. It works for me, and I wanted to share that with you. Have a happy new year, and I hope that 2021 will be much, much better for you than 2020, even if 2020 was a great year for you. And may trust be with you. The answer to these two questions will have the biggest impact on your personal or professional success or failure. Can I trust you? And can you trust me? If you want to know more, subscribe to our channel or follow us through the links on the right.